Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Commute with Hopi living in the city. It is a cool 52 degrees outside today, and I'm afraid we're probably going to be in the mid to high 70s, if not the low 80s, by the time we're coming back from work. And so it's about 5:30. I had to take out my ice chest and my bag that I have my toe straps in, and I just put my toolbox in the back because I want to try to get a truck wash today. And I was watching some how-to videos yesterday evening on the shock and strut replacement for this truck and the pricing for supplies and whatnot. And I think the company that I found in Mesa is probably, I think that's going to be a good deal because they probably buy their shocks and struts in bulk and have like maybe a business discount. Whereas when I was looking online last night, I was showing prices for the struts and shocks together about 1100, and that's not including shipping or taxes. So unless I find a way to get the materials at a lower cost, I think I'm probably just going to go with the company because they can change the front struts and the rear shocks and install some Bilstein products for just a little over 1100. But I'm still doing some research because I really want to try the Bilstein just because of how reputable they are, and I want to have a nice smooth ride because if you're roughing up your vehicle with bad struts and shocks, it's going to eventually take a toll on other components because of the shock and the bouncy and all the hits and stuff that it takes. So I think that would be a good investment. I got 121,000 miles on here now, and I need to take care of that. My motor mounts, I want to do a rear diff flush, and I want to drain my transmission fluid. So all those are going to be, I would say maybe, geez, just at the dealer they quoted, let's see, that was, I think, 2,200 for the motor mount parts, labor, materials. I'm not sure the warranty on that, but it's probably. Oh, I also need to get some. New plugs and wires, and maybe like a brake flush. So probably around like 4,000 for all of that. That's like having someone else do it, but it's been it's the truck's done really well. It's we got a good year, and I just need to maintain it because I don't plan on getting a replacement anytime soon. I'll just save and invest the funds that would have otherwise gone toward a car payment. Put that in the Fidelity account and maybe even some like crypto, just to play with some crypto. But yeah, that's what's going on. And then for the youngest, he needs some struts, shocks, and at least one motor mount. And I also want to get both of the guys their brake fluid exchange. I was thinking one day we just all go out and one person can be in charge of keeping the level filled in the brake fluid reservoir. Another person can pump the brakes, and then I'll be down doing the bleeding of the fluid. I think that'll probably be better because we can all work together and spend some time with one another, and then we'll knock it out for a pretty decent price. Just paying for the fluids itself. I'll probably need to get a few little hoses though. I have some, but I don't know if they'll fit if they're the right size. Because you have to have a snug fit on the brake fluid drain plug. Otherwise, you're going to introduce some bubbles of air in there, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So yeah, let's see what's going on in the news.
At GTAR.com and on the GTAR News app. Coming up next, we'll go live to the White House to find out what President Trump is saying about all the federal workers who have been fired by his administration. Right now, let's check in with John Roller so you can get to work on time and not get fired. He's in the Valley City Dealers Traffic Center. Well, I'll tell you, if you come in from the West Valley on the eastbound I-10, you might want to get a move on or make a call ahead to that boss to say you're going to be a few minutes late. We do have a crash. It looks not too serious, but there are multiple cars involved and lots of debris in the roadway. Eastbound I-10, right near 43rd Avenue, and now this is starting to cause moderate slowing, starting at the 101 hour for you transitioning to the eastbound I-10. Right now, you're looking at about 30 minutes on your right end. Tow trucks yet to get on scene, so that is our most serious crash right now. Eastbound I-10, 43rd Avenue. Southbound I-17 now have some slowing starting to build at Glendale. Gets a little heavier there at Bethany Hill Road down to Thomas. East Valley, you are still quiet, and the Surface Street are quiet as well. Traffic is brought to you by Rhino Shield. Rhino Shield's unique 3-in ceramic technology reflects UV rays away from your home's exterior. It's also backed by a 25-year warranty. If you'd like a free estimate, visit rhinoshield.az.com. Joe over KTAR News. Hope you've been liking the 80s for highs because they're sticking around for a few more days. 80 today, 80 tomorrow with a partly cloudy sky today and a mostly sunny sky tomorrow. Weather is brought to you by Howard Air. Do I choose a Sleep Number Smart Bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Jen, my side firmer.
As I traveled across central and eastern Kentucky, this was the repeated message from my GPS.
The route may be affected by Kentucky floods.
Along the way, there were remnants of the storm, mud-caked buildings and parking lots, swollen rivers and ponds where roads should be. I finally reached Jenny Wiley State Park in the Appalachian Mountains. It's 10:30 at night. The park has a lodge that's been turned into a shelter, but to get there, you have to take a boat. That's because the road to the lodge has become a lake. The tip of a stop sign pokes out of the water as we pass. Marty Simpson is steering the pontoon boat. He says relief agencies have been on site to help the more than 140 people sheltering here. Nearly a third of them are children. Simpson has been ferrying many of the displaced residents to their cars and back. He drops me off where the road picks up.
Thank you so much for the ride.
Up at the Jenny Wiley Lodge, the night staff looks exhausted. There's a crackling fire and a doorway decorated with pink and red hearts. It's left over from Valentine's, the day before the rain began to fall. Chad Ratliff holds a bag of snacks. He's from the nearby town of Coal Run. He and his family got an emergency text to evacuate in the middle of the night on Saturday as water surrounded their home.
It's close to midnight when they're saying, hey, you got to get out or we can't come help you.
He talked with his wife about where to go, and she saw the state park option on Facebook.
So all the hotels in Pikeville were full, and she had heard Jenny Wiley had some rooms in Merck. It was first come, first served. So we headed this direction, and probably if we waited a little while, might not even been able to get here.
Ratliff said he's overwhelmed by the scope of this disaster.
All of my neighbors around me and everywhere, and the whole shopping centers, it's just devastation.
And the devastation doesn't stop there. People in all of Kentucky's 120 counties have been affected. Ratliff, his eyes sad, forces a smile and heads to his room for the night. For NPR News, I'm Karen Czar at Jenny Wiley State Park in Prestonsburg, Kentucky.
In 8:15.
Good morning. It is 5:42. I'm LaDonna Murray along with Jim Sharp. Thanks for joining us on Arizona's Morning News from the KTAR Business Center. Phoenix-based Alpine 4 Holdings is shutting down after some financial challenges. The Phoenix-based holding company is selling its technology subsidiaries and its CEO is resigning. Shareholders got a letter detailing the timeline when the decision was made earlier this month.
On Wall Street, Dow futures right now down 71. The S&P down a slight 4.5, and the Nasdaq's up a slight 5.5. For more money news, visit the Business Center at ktar.com. KTAR News Flash.
And at 5:42, this is what you need to know right now. Objectively reasonable, necessary, and proportional. That's new criteria for use of force for Phoenix police officers after a decision by the interim chief. Rank and file police officers and their union have now joined the sergeants and lieutenants in calling that language vague.
An 11-year-old boy dead after police say he was hit by a drunk driver near 107th Avenue and Thomas Road on Monday. Investigators are waiting for blood test results before charging the driver.
Investigators are searching for clues as to what exactly happened when that Delta flight flipped over on landing at Toronto's airport Monday. 21 people at least were hurt in that crash.
Okay, you all have a great day. Don't forget to hug and tell your loved ones how much you appreciate them. And thank you for tuning in.